Hello and welcome to a very special Nintendo Direct reaction podcast. My name is Casey Gibson, and joining me as always, a little later than normal though, the one, the only, Mr. Perry Burkham.
I called WarioWare.
Yeah, but I guess
Literally.
you did for the 3DS too. Yeah, I was
sure
gonna
did.
say I thought about that during all the 3DS, announcements. I was like, oh, we haven't even published that episode yet, and all of my answer is just way off base now. There's surely not any more 3DS games coming. Or,
No. Yeah, if you haven't listened to that yet, which you might just have skipped over to this one because it's
understandably.
We're in hype. It's hype time, right?
I'd say so.
Yeah. So there was a Nintendo Direct, and it was I would say a hearty Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, it was hearty before the very end there, and then it went over the top.
I'd say so. I mean, we can get through it, but they announced Super Smash Bros. For Switch.
Hoo. Yeah, well, let's save the thoughts, like you said, that the tease there, of course.
Yeah.
So I made notes along the way. So we got bullet point, notes on all the games they talked about, and we're just gonna work through it, and I guess sort of give our thoughts and reactions to said games.
Giddy up.
Yeah. Now, you called it live, right?
I did. I didn't catch the very first. I was kind of behind the whole. You know how you get started? I don't know. Sometimes you can just get behind. Like my stupid. I was watching it on my phone, and it kept repeating randomly. Like it would be playing through. It never stopped.
Yeah. No, I know what
but
you
it
mean.
would go back like 2 seconds, and it would keep going, and then it'd go back so it'd go back 2 seconds, and then play like 10 seconds, and then go back 2 seconds.
No, I know exactly
very annoying.
what you're talking
but
about. Yeah.
I was writing some articles for the site, so it was actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because I was
what was
writing
that
bullet
piece of
points.
information?
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, we got tons. So many news points. Like 20 on the site, news articles in the span of that half hour. So
we had to do the special episode here, otherwise the news block it would be too much for a normal news block. It'd take the whole. It'd probably be the topic, I guess, but
yeah. But yeah, so it started off with WarioWare Gold.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess, yeah, the 3DS block. I liked how they sort of were like, here we go, we're just going to give the 3DS games, sort of get them out of the way, and then get into the Switch stuff. So, yeah, WarioWare, man. I saw this, and my first thoughts were just like, oh, Perry is going to be so happy. I actually caught the Direct a little late, so I started watching it just as it, finished up. So, at the time, I was like, oh, Perry must be so happy.
Yes, I know. I am happy. I'm very happy. I haven't even really had time to comprehend it, but I believe when I saw it in the Slack chat, it was like, what? It was that feeling.
I've only really thought about one game since the Direct ended, so it's going to be good to go through all these games here to spark my memory, you know what I mean?
Right. Apparently in WarioWare, it's the first time in the franchise that characters will be fully voiced.
Ooh, interesting.
That's amazing.
I know they said over 300 games, so it's the most
Hey.
the most games for a WarioWare game, and that's coming out August 3rd. So,
oh, that's a pretty long way away, isn't it?
Yeah, 5 months.
It reminds me of Rhythm, right? This is kind of the equivalent of Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah, the Mega Mix.
Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix. Yeah, this is basically the same thing. But Gold, I love that WarioWare Gold. How perfect, right? Because it's Wario. And it's gold.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
But, over 300 or around 300 micro games. So
yeah, that's a lot of games.
And they all look redone too, which is cool.
Yeah. Now this next game, Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers.
Yeah.
Which is strange little. I guess they said sort of has tower defense, gameplay within there. It looked like you were racing as well. And
it sure looked really cool.
It looked sort of all over the place, but yeah, it looked interesting.
Didn't it look cool? Now, I know you haven't played the Dylan games, right?
No, I have not.
I can't remember if there's 2 or 3
I think there's 2. There's 2 I know of. There might be a third. I'm not sure though.
Anyway, but I've played the first one. I never beat it. It was it was like, an early 3DS eShop title, right? And it was so cool looking, like cell shaded, and like you played it. It was like a tower defense. It's like a third person game. You're a tower defense, and you're rolling around and like like stalking towers and guarding stuff and going into like little battles and stuff. Pretty cool game. I remember it being like really hard, but I don't know if this is like I said, it says it blends tower defense strategies with action gameplay elements, which sounds like the original, but I don't know if it's like a different kind of game. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same exact, but it sure looks very cool, very stylish.
Yeah, and that one you don't
cool
have to
looking.
wait as long. It's coming out May 24th.
Yeah.
It's a couple more months, but yeah, definitely interesting. Now this next one is funny because like my first reaction was like, man, they're doing it again. And it was Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey, I think.
Yep, that's it. Bowser's Inside Story and Bowser Jr.'s Journey.
And I think the the added mode is the same one from the previous remake that was just released, like the Minions mode. Looked like the same kind of gameplay.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
definitely going to be. I mean, Bowser's Inside Story is a great game, and those remakes they're nice with the music and the updated visuals. So I'm sure it's going to be pretty good. The funniest
Available.
yeah, 2019, keeping the 3DS alive, man.
That's amazing, dude. A 2019 3DS is going to be around for a decade.
That is
Before
so
you know
funny.
Yeah, how crazy. Well, I mean, I was reading comments online from people about like the resurgence of the 3DS games, and it's cool that we just talked about this on the podcast before. But if you think, like, there really is, I mean, there still is a huge difference in price. There's $300 Switch, and then there's $80 2DS. So there's still that I mean, I know a bunch of my music students and a bunch of people I know got 2DSs for Christmas this last year. So I mean, it's there. I mean, the market's there.
And it's a good time to jump in with all like the Nintendo Selects games. You can get like all the killer lineup for pretty cheap.
And now the 3DS is the Mario and Luigi machine.
Yeah, it's got it all.
Isn't that so there's 4 of them now on there. It just needs the second one now. And then they'll be good to go. It's weird they
Partners
skipped over
in time.
it. I bet they didn't want to do it because that's kind of like the one that people don't like the least, or that like the least.
Yeah, no, I know people are more fond of Bowser's Inside Story for sure.
But yeah, Bowser's Inside Story is great. I actually just played that for the first time last year.
Should have waited.
No, I don't think so. I'm kind of glad because
you don't want to play your 3DS. I know.
But I bet you'll pick up the review.
Yeah, maybe. Next up here, nothing exciting. Detective Pikachu. They just sort of gave. I think they already put that trailer out. It might have been a new one, but March 23rd.
You still getting that?
I don't think so.
No.
Nah.
Honestly, like I think it's very obnoxious and funny looking. Like I really am interested in it, but it's like not interested in it 3DS wise,
Yeah, I just think there's other games going on right now, and maybe one day on a sale or something. Who knows? But
I'm hoping I can find that amiibo on Craigslist.
It's so big.
I never get it. The amiibos aren't on Craigslist, but anyway, yeah.
Then rounding out the 3DS little segment here
was my goodness.
Yeah, man, Luigi's Mansion remake.
What in the heck?
So ridiculous. I mean, that's awesome. It seems weird because, like I said, you'd think they could have really like remade that puppy in like super nice HD graphics for the Switch,
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, with here's the thing. That original game, I haven't played through it all the way. I know that's a crime. But I have played it a little, like probably like 45
such a
minutes
short
of it.
game too.
I know. I just haven't had the time on GameCube. But it's very different because it's heavily a dual analog game. So they're gonna have to make some changes unless they.
I guess the nub though.
The nub, but I mean, it didn't say new 3DS game. They would have for sure said that. So I'm wondering what kind of changes they're gonna make. And if it's gonna, because remember, it makes sense because the Luigi's Mansion for GameCube. Remember they had that whole prototype 3D screen? Do you remember that whole thing with the GameCube that it can be displayed in 3D?
Yep.
So, I mean, it makes sense to put it. I think it's a great idea, and I'm actually excited to play it.
I was gonna say, wait for the only plays in 2D.
Yeah, like no, I know, but like that would make sense because of the day and age we're at. You know, they don't want to invest in that because usually all games now don't really have 3D, which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
but
I know.
I think they have
that's
to
why
have
they're
it,
probably
right?
pushing the 2DS too much or so much. You know,
Right.
The new
but
XL.
But they have to put the 3D in, right? I mean, that would be crazy to not.
I would imagine it would be.
That was the whole like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon was like the coolest 3D game ever.
Yeah, because it's probably in the same engine as that, you know?
Well, I hope so. I hope Next Level's doing it. They didn't mention who's doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. Not off the... I mean, maybe you could go look. Maybe they had somewhere that came out afterwards, but not off the top of my head. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but they did such a good job with Dark Moon, so yeah. That's cool. I think it's cool. I wish it was on Switch just because, like you said, I think with the Joy-Con motion control would have been really cool. Honestly, I think the Wii U would have been the best thing for Luigi's Mansion. I think that would have been really cool because you could have used the motion of the gamepad like to move it around, and you could have done like the whole thing. They have that cell phone that you use, and that could have been the gamepad. That would have been perfect. But
imagine putting the gamepad like up to your ear.
Yeah, no, they had stuff like that, right? I'm trying to think.
The
what
iPhone
game was it that had
XXXXL.
that? What game? I was trying to. What game had all the? Was it Pikmin? There was something where it had all the talking came out of the gamepad, and it was kind of cool because it was kind of like, you know, a little personal, like it was coming from a cell phone. Anyway,
when they tried for the Wii U, but now moving on to the Switch, they started things off sort of slow, but obviously Kirby coming out next week, so they showed off some new friends that you can join in, like King DDD and a bunch of other.
This is in post-launch updates.
Yeah, free updates and stuff. So that's sort of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever, you know. Then we got hit with the first surprise, Okami HD.
Oh yes, dude. My friend, you know, Aaron. We were just literally this last week. I was talking about. I told him how I got from Craigslist. I've got Okami, and I've always wanted to play it, but I'm scared to play it because once I start playing it, they're gonna announce Okami HD for Switch.
Well, good thing you didn't.
And that's literally, and I couldn't believe it because I didn't start it.
It looks so good, dude.
Oh, dude, I've wanted to play this game for so long. Have you played it?
Nope, I've never played it.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, well,
we'll have to do that.
And then they've got like the cool touchscreen and motion control stuff in there too.
I hope they do.
It said on the Wii. Well, I was gonna say it said this summer and it said eShop, so I don't think we're getting a physical.
No, it has to be.
No, they mentioned like coming to the eShop, so I think
no.
Unless if like limited runs sort of picks it up I don't think so.
Do that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Anyway, it's still cool. I'm still excited for it. I want the box art, but
oh, I know, it's so nice. This next one here sort of spoiled before this morning that Sushi Striker was going to be coming out on the Switch now. It's still coming out to the 3DS, simultaneous release on June 8th. I tell you what, this game looks really cool.
I mean, okay, so I this is something I was writing an article and I missed it. And I was like, oh good, it's Sushi Striker. You know, I have time to write. So, I mean, I guess it has local offline battle mode.
And online.
Which is cool. And online. But, yeah. I mean, this is just an eShop game, right?
No, I'm pretty sure what leaked this morning was the box art. Like,
so this
honestly,
is weird to me, right?
You should watch the trailer because they did, like, there's a story and, like, the gameplay looks really fun.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, you should. Because I wasn't, like, I you know, when they first showed off the 3DS, I was like, ooh, that looks like it could be pretty cool. But this actually sold me to the point where, like, ooh, I want to play that game.
Now, who's making this? Do you know?
No idea.
See, it's like, where did this come from? What is this? Why was this at E3 last year? Remember?
Yeah, like, what the...
It was like they teased a 3DS.
It's developed by Nintendo, so it's at least what it says on the website here.
All right. Well,
I don't know.
game.
It looks really cool. Like I said,
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
All right, moving right along, we've got looks like an official title for Project Octopath Traveller. It will now be known as Octopath Traveller. There you go. There you have it.
Yeah, and it's coming July 13th.
With a collector's edition. Do you see that thing?
Ooh, that has Cassie Gibbons written all over it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to be one of those like limited to like the Square Enix store, you know, or if it's going to be like through all the retailers. I hope all the retailers. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it has a pop-up book featuring the eight characters, a coin based on the in-game currency, a map, and a CD of the soundtrack.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. They showed off 2 new characters, and then showed some of the battle system, how each character has their base job, and they can also have another job to sort of mix and match skills and stuff. So I think that will be promising. July 13th. Nice.
I mean, man, this seems right up your alley.
Oh,
right?
yeah, for sure.
I mean, it looks so gorgeous. I mean, I'm interested definitely in this game.
This is a day one for sure.
Cool.
Now,
say that now. We'll see.
No, absolutely. Like, all in on this one.
No, you're right, because you're a freaking RPG
hound.
wizard. You are.
Next up here, we've got Travis Strikes Again. And this game looks pretty cool, man. I bought the No More Heroes games, and I still need to play them. Got them on the shelf over there. But this one, I guess, there's 7 different styled games in the big game, and Travis goes through each of them and has to beat a boss kind of thing. And, yeah, it looks strange, and sort of far out there. But I think that's sort
games, racing games, puzzle games. Very weird.
Very cool, though.
Anyway, yeah, I'm down. I'm down for it.
Now, this next news is amazing. Dark Souls. So they, I don't even remember if they really even showed gameplay. I feel like this was one where I sort of zoned out for half a second because I was just sort of like, okay, what's going on? We've got a network test coming with details soon, so that'll be cool. Sort of a live demo for those who've never played it, or if you have played it and just want to play the demo. But the coolest thing is an amiibo.
Yes, I have it pre-ordered.
You got one?
Yeah, it's a GameStop exclusive.
I saw the link go up, and I just I ignored it at the time. So they're probably all sold out at this point. Whatever.
I don't know.
But it is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like, it just unlocks a pose. I mean, I'm sure there has to be meaning to that. I don't know anything about Dark Souls, but...
Yeah, me either. But
like, what the heck? I wanted to get it because it's like a Dark Souls amiibo. What in the heck is going on?
And it's like, man, Nintendo's just killing it right now.
Yeah, you're right.
But we already knew. But May 25th for Dark Souls. Okay. Now, this next news was probably my favorite bit in the sense that they were like, okay, we're gonna go a little into depth here with aces. Mario Tennis Aces. And this was about maybe 15 minutes into the presentation or into the direct, give or take.
Probably 10 minutes, yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, if they're getting into this now, that means they've got some stuff in store for us later.
Yeah, yep.
So, I guess...
There's a lot of stuff that they showed in this.
Yeah, they showed all those power moves and the gauge and how... And you're
Well, that zone shot is so cool. And it's like with the motion control that you can like aim for a specific spot on like a slow motion aim for a specific spot on the court and shoot it and stuff. Or
you could do the big boy power hit and break their rackets.
Yes, that's such a great idea, right?
That's
such a great
amazing.
idea to make. I mean, it really looks like they really pushed for some really cool gameplay enhancements in just the standard tennis. I mean, like. You think about that Ultra Smash for Wii U. Remember, that had nothing.
That was a poop-out game.
That was such a poop-out.
Yeah, that was absolutely we need to fill some time.
I'm a huge Mario Tennis fan. I had a Wii U, and I didn't get it, and I still haven't got it to this day, because it's like, it looks so bad, and there's nothing there.
Yeah,
so
me either.
I'm so glad that
Like I
they
said,
are rectifying this mistake.
Nintendo's usually good with those sports games and stuff. Like that absolutely was like, we need to hit this date, get as far as you can. Like
Ugh,
make it
yeah.
playable, and then like
Yeah, we'll use the engine in the next game, but
yeah.
but yeah. They also did say that there were and I know this sounds silly, but it wasn't in the last one, but they confirmed friend matches.
Now, well, that's how funny is
Online.
that they have to announce that. But no,
I know, but dude,
no,
that's
thank
really
God.
awesome.
No, for sure.
And tournament modes,
And online
that'll
events.
be so much fun. I mean, if they nail the online, this could be one of the major online games that I play, especially with all that. I mean, with all that enhancement with the tennis, it looks. Because you know what, I wasn't a big fan of the 3DS one. I played it, I liked it, because it was kind of like I didn't have too much to play on 3DS. But I wasn't a huge fan. It didn't catch me like Mario Golf World Tour did,
Well,
which was unbelievable.
I mean, I love Mario Tennis, but Mario Golf blows it out of the water.
Yeah,
it's not
no,
even
it
close.
does. But I mean, well, they're different, right?
But not even close.
They are different. Mario Golf is a single player, and Mario Tennis is a really good multiplayer. Like Mario Tennis 64. Well, first of all, Mario Tennis gave us Waluigi, so maybe you should not speak so.
Blows it
fast.
out of the water.
Now, I don't know. I mean, I'd just say for different occasions. I mean, like you said, I've definitely liked the Mario Golf. Well, the only Mario Golf game I've played, I think, is World Tour. Honestly. I mean, there's the 64 one, and then there's the GameCube one, right?
Toadstool Tour, yep.
I haven't played those. I've never
Oh,
played
I played both of them. I remember doing the online events for Toadstool Tour. You could like do a tournament and get like a code and like punch it
online events.
Yeah, and like you'd punch in your code with your score. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I think I won something.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there was
like you mean you punch in
like you
play
do a round
offline.
of golf, and they give you a generated code to show you what you shot, and then you entered it in to like the tournament where everyone else did it.
Interesting. On the GameCube?
Yep. Well,
That's
I think
awesome.
I think they gave you the code and you go like online and do it or something.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. No. And like I said,
never heard
I'm
of that.
almost positive I won something, but I can't put my finger on it. I'll have to think about it.
And they had something like that in the 3DS game too. They had something. I remember like an online thing.
Oh yeah, they
could
usually
play
do.
online.
Oh yeah. I think I think for this too. The way they've been doing online with like Splatoon and stuff, I think they'll do tournaments regularly, even if it's like just a worldwide tour where you win you win an exclusive in-game t-shirt, you know what I mean, or whatever,
Yeah.
Like I think that'd be pretty cool.
All I know is I think they're getting back on track. With this. And and they also do they have the motion, the Joy-Con swing mode, which of course I'm not going to play with, but that's huge for kids. Huge.
Yeah.
I mean, because I was thinking they had the Power Tennis for Wii, right? That was just the GameCube game ported over. And I guess it had the motion control, right? But they never really had a new game to showcase. And that could have been huge, especially when tennis on the Wii Sports was so big. So anyway, I just think that they're hitting all the bases. They're doing a good job. This is a good thing. And it's going to be released on June 22nd.
And they mentioned that there's going to be like an online tournament that you could try the game before it comes out, right?
Yes.
They said details later on that, but that's exciting
that's cool.
too.
What are they going to call it? A test whack.
That sounds perverted, you sicko.
You are the perverted person.
All right, this next up, we sort of got like actually, they gave one more before they sort of got into the rapid fire announcements, but Captain Toad, baby, is on the way.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I think that completes my 3 Wii U ports that I said were coming.
There you go. And this is really cool because it's not only coming to the Switch, but also to 3DS. And it's got those
what the heck?
New like Odyssey levels, like going through
New
Donk City and stuff. So that's
I hope there's a lot of them. I mean, I hope there's a
sizable amount. Yeah.
Dude, this makes me so happy because I love to play it through again. I'm sure it'll have the there's a 2-player mode also.
Boom.
Where the first player controls Captain Toad and the second player
yeah,
can
you
actually
could, like,
assist shooting things. Yep. But I was gonna say, I bet they'll include the. I don't know if they mentioned it because I didn't really see it, but the Toad DLC, you know, like the.
Oh,
where you can find that on there. So, and I actually got a Toad amiibo, and I've been meaning to go back and play it, but I'll just wait for this because it's on the Switch.
Also,
people seem very excited for this.
That comes out. Well, I guess it's a little bit of ways away. July 13th.
Yeah, that's a very popular date here. So, we've been speculating that maybe something else might be coming out on that date.
Nah.
You know, well, they done
I
that
saw
before.
some of it, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I'm saying like last year, they did the same thing with Hey Pikmin and Ever Oasis and the Me game. They had all these dates, and then they announced the 2DS XL and released it on that day too.
There's no way. There's no way. I mean, I know we could speculate and stuff, but there's no way.
No, there's totally a way. But I mean,
I can see like
happen,
a special edition
totally
of some sort, but like a new, like a remodel. That like only a year and a half.
There's totally a way. That's how the XL was. I mean that's how the 3DS XL was.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I know, I understand, but
yeah.
I'm putting my foot in the ground and I'm saying no.
Well, you do that.
Because I don't want to have to buy another Switch. So,
you know why? Because you don't want to have to pay me that $100.
Oh, I'm not even worried about that.
Yes, you are.
All right, then we got into a little rapid fire here. Undertale for the Switch. That's exciting.
Yeah. It was just a kind of a teaser for it, right? It was just like, hey, it's coming.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it was like sometime.
I want this. I've wanted to play this. Apparently, it's sold over 1 million.
Yeah, it's apparently a really great game. I know it's got a really cool soundtrack.
Well, it's just weird. Like I have guitar students that like know this game and are obsessed with it and listen to the soundtrack, and it's like,
I think it's
really?
It's got that weird earthboundy vibe to it. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Another one that was sort of I feel like leaked, but not, I guess, 100% true. But now we know Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy on the way to the Switch.
Yeah, what in the heck?
Yeah, who would have thought, I mean, I guess...
We talked about it.
We never would have thought Pac-Man or, not Mega Man, but Pac-Man and all these, like, exclusive, like Snake and stuff. So...
Well.
Now we got the Bandicoot. And that's July 10th.
Yep.
Then we've got Little Nightmare. This game looks pretty cool. I remember seeing it for like, I guess it came out for the other consoles. I was like, that game looks pretty cool. It looks like really freaking weird too.
It's complete edition, so it has all the DLC.
Yep. That
was released as well. Now, did you catch the little thing at the end about this game that's so weird and random?
I don't think so.
Well, the publisher is Bandai Namco, and they included amiibo support for only Pac-Man.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, and you get the like the weird Pac-Man cloak, and you.
Yeah. What in the world?
So weird.
But that's awesome. That's what every single publisher and developer should be doing. You know, like. You know what I mean? Like, with the... I don't know if they did it with the Sonic game, Sonic Forces. Do they have amiibo support for Sonic?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't they do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyway, I love that. That's so cool. But this is a game that I've heard really good things about, and I've always been interested in it, and I'm really glad it's coming out.
Yes, sir. This next game should be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it as well. South Park Fractured But Whole.
Yeah, the Fractured But Whole.
But
I loved how they said that every single time on there.
The fractured but whole. They're like, we need to wait 1 second between saying but and whole.
Well, no, they made the accent on whole.
Yeah, I know.
You know, instead of butthole, it was butthole.
Butthole. I mean, I've heard a lot of really great things about these South Park games, and I'm a fan of South Park. I don't watch it really, that much, but when it's on, I usually do enjoy it. So this might be one. It comes out actually really soon, April 24th. You know, I guess a month and a half away. Depending what's around there, I might look into picking it up. And it does have the season pass that you could purchase. Otherwise, the DLC you need to purchase separately, which is a little weird. But you know what? I guess it's really not that old of a game to just want to like slap it all into like the definitive version or something. So
right, it makes sense. I couldn't be less interested, but that's okay.
Next up here, we got into some games we already knew about or know about. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. I sort of zoned out during this. May 18th is when it's launching. I don't know if they really went into much more.
It has, all the DLC. So that's like 29 playable characters. And then it adds new outfits for Link and Zelda. So nothing new. It just gave us the date, which is May 18th, which is pretty soon.
Boom, boom.
I mean, you know what I mean? And I was thinking about this game today, and I know that, I played it on 3DS, and I didn't love it. I liked it. I didn't love it. But I think on Switch it'll be a lot better. So I'm interested in this game for sure.
Yes, sir.
Are you interested in this game?
Probably
I know
not.
You got Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I mean,
so I don't know if that gave you your fix.
I didn't honestly play all that much Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah.
I play this game a bunch, so I probably won't. But
okay,
I also have said that about plenty of games, and all of a sudden it comes around. So. But as of now, I would say probably not going to get that one.
Gotcha.
Next up here, we got ARMS. I don't think they really said much aside from like, hey, it's still a thing, and we're going to have this big online tournament, and we're also going to have a free trial test punch for anyone that hasn't played it yet. So just a little update.
On March. And that'll be a 3-day test punch on March 31st.
It's smart.
So
it's smart.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, like I said, it's fantastic. I mean, it's an amazing game. So definitely, if you're interested, get ready March 31st to play it, and then you can buy it when you realize it's fun.
Yes, sir. Now, we move into another, I'd say another big block of a single game here, and that is for Splatoon 2. Now,
yes,
it kicked off with the news that version 3.0 would be going live in late April, and they said that would include like 100 new items or over 100 new items of gear, 3 new maps, and a very special new rank, the X rank, which I guess you need to fulfill certain requirements throughout your gameplay, and then all of a sudden, like I guess a sort of a quest line or, event sort of opens up to you, and you got to go complete that. So that's interesting. But then they got to the real good stuff, Perry.
I mean, this is what literally Aaron and I have talked about ever since Splatoon came out. Seriously, this is almost exactly what we've said. The Octo expansion, where it's its own little separate single-player mode. And you play as Agent 8, who's an Octoling, or looks like an Octoling at least.
Yeah, she's an Octoling. I think they said.
Yeah, and you're gonna go. You go around 80 different testing facilities, and it looked awesome and fun. It looked like normal Splatoon single player stuff, and it's tons of more lore. And once you beat it, you can play as an Octoling.
Dude,
in the online.
How badass was that, like, cutscene 2 of her working her way through the subway like that with all the characters?
Oh, it's so
cool. I was like, oh my god, what is this? This is amazing.
So cool.
And she, like, travels through the subway and stuff. Really cool.
I cannot wait for this. And they just said this summer.
They said, yes.
But it's $20.
Just
and
summer.
I think that is...
Yeah, $20.
I've been waiting to throw my money at Splatoon.
$20 seems real fair too, because it looks like it's going to be a nice, sizable chunk of content, and I hope they do more things like this with like.
And this is
I'm thinking as an expansion, right? Bring this to Mario Odyssey. Here's an expansion with 4 new kingdoms. They each have 30 moons or whatever, 120 new moons. Go at it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I've always been interested ever since Splatoon on Wii U came out. What are they going to do DLC wise?
Because they've done it for free, yeah.
Ever since it was known as this gigantic hit, it's like, well, guys, when are you going to freaking capitalize on this? You know? Come on, like, do something. And so finally, we get this paid DLC, and it's exactly how I would have designed it. So that's really cool. I haven't even, I mean, to be honest, I haven't even played through the single player mode, which I
haven't beaten it all. I've worked my way through some of it.
I've played two levels.
I need to go back because honestly, like, oh, it's so good. And then especially so with the Octoling now.
Yeah, it's so good. I just never think about playing it. I never think about playing solo. I always think I'll play Splatoon with someone. I don't think, oh, it's also a really awesome 3D platformer single player mode that I should play through. So
yeah, sure.
Yeah, this was a very, very cool thing, and I'm very excited about it. And if you pre-order, you get some clothes.
Some new like headphones, I believe, right?
Octoling clothes. Yeah, I think you get everything. Like there's
more to it too.
Yeah.
So then we wrap it up, right? That's the end of the direct. They sort of kick back out, and then, oh wait, Perry, there's one more thing. Now the cutscene starts playing, and it's two Inklings going back and forth with one another, right? Now. Mm-hmm. Were you fooled at all, or did you know right away?
No, because I was behind and I already saw it in Slack.
See, to me, I was like, when they were like, oh, and one more thing, and then they started doing Splatoon again, and I was like, okay, like, this has to be Smash, right? I was like, because if they had just done a little bit of the Splatoon, you know, then it would make sense, like, oh, maybe it's a new mode or something, but, like, the fact that they just had, like, oh, they went over 3.0, then they went over the expansion pack, and I was like, this has to be Smash. And then I'm like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden, you know, when the room goes dark, I'm like, oh, it's totally Smash Bros, man. It totally is. Then, of course, in the eye, you see the logo, and I was like, oh, I lost it.
Which is the new meme.
But here's the thing, though. At first, I was just thinking, okay, like, we're getting Smash for Wii U for Switch, you know, or whatever they were going to call it, Smash 4 Deluxe. But no.
If they called it Smash Brothers for Wii U for Switch.
Yeah, for 3DS, for Wii U, for Switch.
They would. Yeah, they didn't say what it was. They just said Super Smash Bros.
Dude, this is a new game. Absolutely.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Dude, 1,000,000%, it's a brand new game.
How? No, don't say that.
Dude, you look online, everywhere.
You would know about it. No.
Have you gone and looked at all? Dude, I'm telling you, man. Look, Smash Bros. Confirmed. Where was it? Sakurai confirmed to be working on the Smash Bros. Development. This is a new Smash Bros.
No, it's not.
I will bet you anything.
I mean, obviously, it's a new Smash Bros. Game.
This is not the port.
It's just gonna be.
This is not the port.
It's gonna be the same engine as Smash 4.
I don't think so. Because then it's just the same game.
Dude, how would they make a brand new game in
when did Smash when did Smash for Wii U come out?
I think it came out November 2014.
So what, 4 years?
Yeah, but you think they've been working straight on for the next one right then? Making DLC in the last engine, they just, like, in 2016?
Yeah.
They were still releasing Bayonetta and stuff in 2016.
Here's the thing with Smash, like, the more I thought about it, the more it makes sense, right? Because now that Nintendo's getting into esports, they're, like, with obviously ARMS and obviously Smash, with all these big Smash tournaments, obviously Melee is, like, the real big draw. But, like, you know, people play, like, quite a bit for the Wii U. You know, it's still a great game that people like to watch and play. But the fact is, like, Nintendo is using that all as publicity, right? All advertising. And, like, they don't want to trot out, like, their Wii U version. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I think they probably put a huge push and, like, everything behind this new game. Like, we need to get this out early in the Switch's life because we need it to be at these tournaments. It needs to be, look at this amazing game on the Switch, you know, opposed to, like, oh, look at this amazing game. Oh, it's on the Wii U. Like, I'm not going to play that. And I know, obviously, a deluxe version somewhat does the same thing, but there's no way this is a port. There's just no way. Like,
I think there's totally a way to port. I don't think they're gonna. What I mean, like this is. I'm just thinking. I think it's not gonna be as a big of a difference.
see, I think
Like
it is.
from Brawl to 4.
Well, I don't think they're like. I just don't see them using the same. Like every Smash game's different, right? Like they're like sure
Yeah.
the idea is the same and like all that jazz, but like they all play very differently. Like there's no way they're just like gonna be like, well, plays exactly like Wii U, but it's now a new Switch game. Like I think they would maybe even if they did, there would be enough tweaking that it's gonna be different than the Wii U version. Like there's like I can't see them just like slapping a more pretty graphics on top of it and just being like, well, here's the brand new game.
I honestly, I mean,
Unless if they branded it as
you could
the
be right,
deluxe
Casey.
version.
I'm not saying that you're some stupid perverted idiot, but what I am saying is I think that it is a definitive edition of Smash Bros. Wii U, and it has all the DLC, and it has a bunch of new characters, and it's like a semi sequel on the same engine, pegged as a new game.
See, but
I don't. There's no way they're not going to have Bayonetta and all those characters that have the same moves.
oh well, Bayonetta's
maybe
gonna
a
be in
few,
there.
maybe a few tweaked.
Well, but like
know,
think about Mario
it's gonna
from
be the
game to
same
game to
engine.
game. He changes
Yeah.
every game. Like why wouldn't they do that for Bayonetta? Bayonetta now a Nintendo property essentially.
Maybe they'll tweak a few things, but I don't think it's going to be this brand new, completely brand new thing.
I
just don't think so.
I just think they like. Why would they do something so? I don't know. I just think if they were going to do a port, they would have had to make it very clear. Because now it would be like everyone's going to look at it and be like, "Oh, look, brand new Smash game. Oh, it's a port. Like, okay, like people would still be excited, obviously, But I think that would take wind out of the sails.
I just think that they're ushering it in a new way of playing where Smash is not going to be this brand new experience every time.
But
Like,
where
I
are
think
you
it's gonna
getting that
be
from? That's just what you think?
just from like Mario Kart, like how Mario Kart is kind of like, and then
But that was right from the get-go. Like, this is the deluxe version of Mario Kart 8,
well, no. I mean like Mario Kart 7 to 8 is like essentially the same thing. And I just mean, I think that as a platform, I think that the way that Smash works with all of this DLC and stuff, that so much effort went into putting all those amazing assets and stuff together that like just to come up with a brand new everything and brand new movesets for a game like a few years later doesn't make sense to me. And I don't think that they'd have it ready this year. And they wouldn't have kept it secret. Like, there's no way. Like, they announced Super Smash Bros. At E3 2011 that came out in 2014.
Well, I think that's the entire video game industry is getting better at not saying, oh, hey, we're making this game and it being 4 years off. Like, look at Bethesda with Fallout. It was like, oh, Fallout 4 at E3, and then it released in November. We got Mario.
Yeah.
It was a tease, obviously, but like what we saw it at E3 and it came out in October, So I think as a whole, the video game industry is getting better at that. But yeah. I don't know. I just think like any fighting game, like because think of all the fighting games out there, how they're just iterations. Like I mean, obviously like Street Fighter 2 is an iteration, but like from game to game, there's difference. You know what I mean? Because if it was literally
there's like a billion different versions of every single Street Fighter game.
Well, that was probably a bad example because, like you said, there's so many Street Fighter 2s. But if you look at the base of Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 5, right? Like, sure, a lot of the same characters. I mean, I don't personally know these games in and out, but they play differently enough that they're different games. It's not literally just like, oh, well,
I know, but they didn't say it's Super Smash Bros. 5. So, what I mean?
But
like,
they didn't say it was
Super
Smash Bros. Wii U port, which I think would be important to not confuse people into thinking it's a new game.
That's true. That is a really
and
good
you
point.
Look at this logo, like, does this logo look like...
Well, it's the same logo.
Let me see, Smash...
It's the exact same logo. So I...
Well, I mean...
I mean, I just think that it's really going to be more of a 1.5
I think with this
than a 2, like than a full on fledged sequel. That's just my thought.
Well,
I mean, I think that you could definitely be right too. I mean, they could have kept it under wraps and just kind of just decided to approach it in a whole different way and not have such a long wait time.
But even if
that's totally true.
Even if, let's say, they kept apart, like people like, okay, we're gonna obviously work on the DLC for Smash Wii U, but I don't know. I just think they realized, like, we need like the Smash Bros for Switch to sell Switches, you know, and like, while I think the port would have been easy enough and probably a smarter move, technically, you know, from a financial point of view, you know, if you were just porting it, because it is obviously an insane game, you know, filled with so much stuff. But like, you could say the same thing, like Brawl was jam packed with tons of characters and all sorts of trophies and all sorts of this and that, and they went and made Wii U version, you know. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you're right.
But
and I just think that I could see it both ways.
We can agree to disagree until we hear further, but...
Well, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just...
Well, like, I'm disagreeing with you, Bobby.
No, I just want to think, like, the only thing, it's like, it's just crazy that it's coming out this year, and it's March.
Well,
you know
that's,
what I mean?
yeah,
like,
for sure.
That's
I completely
agree. That's a really
agree.
crazy thing to me. Like, if it would have said 2019, then it's like, totally, I have no doubt, it's a full-on sequel. But it's like, oh, since it's so soon, I just can't tell. So, definitely, I guess Smash is going to be the big game at this E3, right? That's going to be the big game.
It's got to be, yeah. And now, real quick, I'm just looking at Brawl came out in 08 and Wii U came out in 2014. So 6 years, right? So this would be 4 years, and let's just say, you know, like, it's shorter for sure.
Yeah, but HD development is so much.
But now they're
Dude,
exactly.
It does not work like that.
You could say Brawl to Wii U. It took them. I don't know. I just don't think. Whatever. I think it's a new game.
Well, and you got to put into think that when they did Brawl to Wii U, is also Brawl to 3DS and Wii U. So
yeah,
which was an amazing feat. But yeah, I mean, no matter what, it's exciting. Like, I don't. To be honest, it doesn't make a difference to me.
That trailer looked insane, though. That was awesome.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference to me. I am very excited for Smash. I've been waiting for Smash because it's like playing at work. It's like the Switch handheld mode is going to be so good for Smash. I mean, like, it's going to be so good because like the 3DS is my preferred way of playing Smash. So the Wii U, I mean the Switch is going to be the ultimate. I go to work, I play it, I take it, I dock it at home, play it online. It's going to be the best thing. I mean, because it's like the Wii U and the 3DS were like separate entities, right? So like your stuff didn't carry over.
Yeah, there's no cross.
Now this is going to be all in one. It's going to be so good, and they're going to announce Tingle and, you know.
Tingle. Well, see, that'll be exciting if it is a brand new game. Think of the constant flooding of teasing that they always do with those Smash games,
man.
And like,
I know.
oh, it's gonna be great. But
it's gonna be so good.
You know what? We're running a little long in the tooth here.
Yeah. Wow. This is almost an hour.
Yeah.
Or almost 50 minutes. So, well,
almost double the length of the direct.
I mean, we didn't even know about this when we recorded on Tuesday night. And here we are, it's Thursday night.
Smash, baby.
And now we have Smash. I can't believe it. So I hope everyone enjoyed listening to our reaction. This is our 5 hours after reveal reactions.
Yeah.
our marinated.
Not piping hot, but like a nice room temperature.
Yeah. I feel like there would have been a lot more screaming if we would have done it right after. Yeah. But anyway, thanks for listening. Of course, we'll be back on our regular schedule next week as well.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's it, right?
Yeah, man. Can't wait to learn. Man, E3 is gonna be a hell of a ride.
Yeah, I mean, we need to. If you should check out all of our articles on NintendoWorldReport.com, and then also be sure to follow us at Talk Nintendo Pod. What's that case?
Talk Nintendo POD.
That's right. So everyone have a nice week, and we will see you next week.
Oh my God, Super Smash Bros.
Recording.
Record.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the Nintendo Oh man, messed that one up.